Hello, and it's Carol Mel with our weekly tarot reading. So instead of doing it in a written form, we're going to be doing some videos and see how you like this. This is going to be a pick a pile, and I'm going to read the cards that are in each pile. There's 3 piles, and there's 3 cards in each pile. Number 1 is the rose quartz heart. Number 2 is this beautiful polished agate. And number 3 is this beautiful little quartz piece. All right, so for October, it's the 30th today. Tomorrow's Halloween. Yeah, for October 30th, this is our reading week up until Sunday. So let's see what we have here for this week. Okay, so if you picked pile number 1, we've got the King of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords right side up. Just gonna move these over here. And we have Temperance in reverse. Okay. So what this is revealing for pile number 1, if you pick this pile this week, there's something still not sitting well emotionally for you. You're still not in command of your emotions, meaning it's ruling more of what you want to do moving forward. You're kind of stuck in your head about it. And truthfully, there's not going to be much change over the next few days until we get closer to the weekend. But, you know, typically there might have been an upset with this too in pile number 1. Typically you do hold a good space for yourself and for others, but this week isn't going as probably as planned as much as you would have liked it. And here we have the Ace of Swords, and this is talking about really having a great new beginning. Where it's taking my attention is this light that's coming out from the center, and I'm also seeing this has a lot to do with your personal sacred geometry. There are new messages coming to you about how to move forward, and this week will give you some opportunity to maybe go within and do that. Temperance is also in reverse here, and this is about balancing within self. So if you've been upset about something, an upheaval, things going on in the world, it's been really hard to just balance that out for you. It's going to take some new practices and some new beginnings with yourself to really be able to go with the flow of what's happening around you. But what I like about this is it's showing up as you are going to find a new way and a new strategy how to deal with this energy. So that's really good. So that's for you guys for this week in pile number 1. Put pile 1 over there. Pile number 2. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel in reverse, and the Page of Swords in reverse. Ooh, we're getting reversals this week in these piles. Anyway, whoever picked pile number 2, the Queen of Pentacles, she's very much in charge of her finances, but also in her tonal world and things that she creates, loves to do. There is a strong sense of holding your space right now. like not making any big moves. And that pretty much is the message astrologically at this point in time. You don't want to be making any drastic, sudden moves with anything. We're still in eclipse season, so that's going to take a little while to get out of that. So the wheel is usually about measuring. It's a place of measure, but time. And it's not the time to move ahead. You can do your research and explore things, but definitely not the time to move ahead. You're waiting for a message to come through, and this week doesn't seem to be the week that that's going to happen. It may be in a couple of weeks, but that's not what is occurring for this week. This week is just hold strong where you are. Have trust and faith in the universe. Yes, and that's for this week for pile number 2. Put pile number 2 over here. Pile number 3, we have the 10 of Wands, the Lovers in reverse. Oh wow, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Isn't it interesting? Every pile had one right side up card, and every pile had 2 in reverse. So that just means things are going to be a lot slower this week. If you're doing rituals and ceremonies, anything like that, lots of magic happening. But as far as doing anything in the tonal, meaning this earth plane, this 3D plane, pretty much going to be just the status quo. So pile number 3, you are making a big move to go somewhere or planning to make a move. Maybe you're planning to go on a trip, but this looks like more of a big change that you're putting into play. And the Lovers in reverse is just expressing that, again, it's more about holding the status quo. So if this had something about moving in with your new boyfriend, partner, this might be a new career or job relationship, it's not going to move as fast as you originally thought. Although it's still in play, it's just not going to move as quickly. This is also depicting something about doing what's best for you. So that may resonate with some. And this here is talking a lot about balancing that within yourself, loving self, self-care. And maybe this move is talking about you have to take time to figure out where you're going to move to and how you're going to do that self-care. So there's things to figure out there. And then we have the Queen of Swords, and typically you're usually really good at figuring out what needs to be done and then executing it and making it happen and putting it in motion. But it's going to be a little more confusing this week because it's a real stop and go kind of sense of energy. And also to be aware that watch out for energies around you. That part is in the newsletter, and we have to just be more diligent about when we make a move, how we're doing self-care, but listening to the energy and feeling the energy around us. That's another important part. Anyway, that is for pile 3. Very interesting cards for this week. I'm just going to put them back here. And anything else that I want to add would be use this week to have some downtime. I know I'm putting that in my schedule to have some downtime. Enjoy Halloween, and we shall see you next week.